Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. And don't worry about me, I'm still alive, obviously. And this year I plan on being way more active than ever. And we're also going to be traveling to a lot more parks this year. And we even started up already. Last week, my friends and I visited Six Flags St. Louis for their opening day. And what could be a better time than now to discuss my favorites at the park? This is my top 9 coasters at Six Flags St. Louis. Before we get actually started into the video, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you for watching this video. If you like what you see, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're new and you just subscribed, let me know in the comments and you might be shouted out in the next video or another video in the near future. This video will mostly be a countdown with a few facts and short reviews of each coaster. So if you're looking for any individual reviews or an entire park review, stay tuned because those are probably coming soon. Alright, enough jibber jabber, let's get started. Starting off this list by coming in at number 9 is the park's Pandemonium Clone. I do not have much to say about these rides as I only ride them for the credit, if at all. In fact, I actually skipped this one so I wouldn't get sick on both of the times I've been there. So that's also why you're seeing a picture from Google, is because I didn't have time or really care to film, ride, or take pictures of this. With all that being said, I'm sure it's still a fun ride like the other two I've ridden. I rode the one at Over Texas and Fiesta Texas many years ago. I got really sick on them, but I did have fun. I remember them being pretty forceful little rides too, and they had some airtime. So if you do love this ride, or it's one of your favorites, that's awesome. I'm really happy for you. And Jess and Ryan actually did as well, and I'm actually really jealous that they can handle the spinning, because unfortunately, I cannot. Moving on to number 8, we have the River King Mine Train. This is one of the older Aero mine trains, and its layout is what you would expect, which is basically a wild mouse with a long train. There is one exception though. After the third lift hill, there is a drop inside of the tunnel where you will be launched out of your seat if you're sitting in or towards the back. That moment makes this one of the more fun mine trains out there. Definitely nothing bad about this coaster at all though. Also, there's a few fun facts about this coaster too. When River King Mine Train opened, it had 2 tracks. In 1988, it was sold to Dollywood and was named Thunder Express. It finally got moved to Magic Springs and Crystal Falls as Big Bad John, where it still somewhat operates as it has been modified. This coaster also featured stand-up trains for a whole season, and you could probably guess why that didn't last very long. Up next at number 7 is the park's Boomerang Clone. This coaster was originally located at Six Flags Over Texas as the Flashback, but closed in 2012, and it was moved to Six Flags St. Louis. Other than that, this Boomerang is the same as all the others. Maybe a little better, as it offers a very smooth ride, other than the second lift. Brace for impact on that one. The colors on it are also super freaking cool, and the fact that it's located up on top of the park's big hill is wicked. Alright, this is going to be the part where some of you might start to hate me. Hopefully not. Coming in at number 6 is The Boss. This is a Custom Coasters International wooden coaster that opened in the year 2000. This coaster's layout looks amazing as you walk up to it, but then you get on it. And on most coasters by CCI, they will feature a combination of turns that are up high and then also low to the ground. And most of them really fly through those turns. On Boss, you crawl and shake. This ride also features Gerstlauer's wooden coaster trains, which are known for their shaky rides on some defunct Woodies, including Son of Beast. With all that being said, I didn't find this ride to be as rough as my buddy Ryan from Christian Coasters did. This ride also features a mid-course block brake, which is there for safety reasons and capacity. However, it does ruin the entire end of the ride, aside from that final swooping turn into the brakes, and the double up as well. I think Boss just needs a few modifications, and it'll be a fantastic ride, and I hope someday it gets some love and can run at full speed comfortably and safely, without being touched by RMC. I'm now going to cut myself off and stop ranting about Boss and move on to number 5. At number 5 will be American Thunder, the Great Coasters International wooden coaster that opened in the year 2008. It features one of my favorite layouts on a GCI because of how tiny and compact it is, which is super cool. But before my recent trip, I would even say it was better than Thunderhead at Dollywood. It ran really slow last week, however, and I know it was because of the weather, so I know it is still an awesome ride. I just can't 100% confirm that, so I'm going to have to drop it a little bit in my ranking here. But my favorite parts of the ride is all of the head chopper moments that you get with that compact layout and the airtime filled final trip like around the outside of the ride structure. It's kind of like let's say a weakened version of Steel Vengeance's finale, because you kind of got those back-to-back bunny hills and you also got some swooping turns around the outside of the structure, and it's really cool. At number 4, we have one of the most hated on coasters out there, Ninja the Aero coaster that was put together by Vekoma, and it opened in 1989. Despite being called one of the roughest coasters ever by many people, my entire group of friends and I thought this coaster was super smooth. In fact, I think I hit my head 0 times, which is less than I get on Tennessee Tornado at Dollywood. I really love Ninja, and I would definitely recommend giving it a try in the back car. Not to mention the helix at the end of the ride is nuts. As we enter the top 3, we have yet another clone, this one being Batman the Ride, which opened in 1995. This is the mirrored version of the clones and is identical to Goliath at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, other than the color, of course. Most of you watching have probably experienced one of these clones, and they are all the same aside from how smooth each one runs. For some reason, the older Batman clones, featuring the first generation B&M invert trains, seem to run smoother than the second generation trains. This is a first generation train, and this is a second generation train. If you're wondering what a third generation trains, you can find those on Banshee. Getting back to the smoothness factor, this specific clone runs pretty much as good as it can, and is always one of my favorite things to ride when visiting Six Flags. Definitely don't pass this up during your visit. Screaming into second place with that silver medal is the Screamin' Eagle, the wooden coaster by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company that opened in 1976. Like many other PTC Woodies, this one features multiple hills that feature some very light floater airtime. At the same time, you're also flying through the woods and you feel as if you're going really fast, kind of like the Beast at Kings Island. Also known on PTC wooden coasters is the high, flat, and often slow turnarounds. Well, that is what this one does differently. On other PTCs, like I just said, there will be trim brakes before these turns, or they'll just naturally go slow through them. Not on this one. On Screamin' Eagle, you literally scream through these turns and get pushed against the side of your seat. If you're in the back of a few cars, or even the very back, you will get launched as you exit these turns and go back down the hill. Better yet, you get to do that not only once, not twice, but 3 times in one ride. This coaster is amazing, and I hope Six Flags keeps it running for many years to come. And last, and certainly not least, coming in at first place in the park is Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast. This premier ride's LIM launched shuttle coaster opened in 1998. That backwards launch is insane. The hang time is insane. The speed is insane. The positive G's are insane. You do so much on this ride in so little time. It is crazy. If you're able to ride this one or its brother at Six Flags Over Texas, be sure to get on it. There's absolutely nothing else out there really like Mr. Freeze, and I honestly don't think there ever will be. So that is my personal top coasters at Six Flags St. Louis. This park may not have a huge roller coaster collection, but they sure do have some cool classics and some hidden gems. For that reason, it is one of my favorite Six Flags parks. Remember that this video was also a personal list of mine, so it is strictly opinion based. In fact, please share your list of favorites at Six Flags St. Louis in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Once again, thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to click that like button, and if you haven't already clicked that subscribe button, be sure to do so to help support me and the channel and more future videos. Also, feel free to click the notifications icon to be notified on more reviews from Six Flags St. Louis, No Limits 2 creations, and important coaster news.